One useful tip when spotting a liar is that they often give themselves away by a variety of facial movements, unless, of course, the question you ask them is, have you had Botox? So we begin, perversely, with round one, which is called Home Truths. Our panellists read out a statement about themselves, and their opponents use a combination of potluck and guesswork, thinly disguised as intelligence, to decide if it's true or not. Guess right, they get the point. Guess wrong, the others get the point. What could be easier? Exactly, almost anything. Dom it is, who kicks us off with his first home truth. So, Dom.
I was at school with Osama bin Laden.
How old is Osama bin Laden?
I'm sure he's near my age, isn't he? I don't know. I don't think we know.
I mean, how old did he seem at school? I mean...
We were actually at the other ends of school.
Don't say extremes.
No, you're right. It was quite a sort of... It was from sort of 4 to 18, so it could span quite long years.
Right.
Yeah.
What 4 to 18 school is this?
It was a Christian Quaker school.
Right. Right. Is he still a Quaker?
I don't think it sat with him very well.
I'm not aware of his religion. He doesn't sort of, you know, doesn't present that. I mean, did you chat much?
I'd pass him in the playground. He was quite an intimidating figure, to be honest. He was slightly intense. He was sort of in the Dungeons and Dragons class. No, I didn't really know him, but I was in the same school.
Where was this, in London?
No, it was in Lebanon.
Lebanon. That would possibly explain it. How was it at school in Lebanon?
It was OK. I mean, it was only when I sort of got a lot older I realised it was some sort of finishing school for jihadis, basically. I mean, there'd be occasionally an Israeli jet would go over Beirut and the entire playground would look up and start firing in the air. And when I came to school here, I realised that wasn't the sort of normal thing. And,
no.
Did bin Laden win when you played hide and seek?
Always. I never found him.
So, David, I'm going to have to push you for a decision on this.
So it's a 4 to 18-year-old Lebanese Quaker school. A lot of anti-Israeli feeling, as you'd expect from Quakers. I think it's a lie.
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
Yep.
I think it could be true.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to overrule my team. That's a lie.
It's a lie. They're saying it's a lie. Dom?
It is actually true.
Yes, it's the truth. Dom was at school with Osama bin Laden and still remembers those happy playground games like tag, stuck in the mud and die, infidel, die. Natalie's fascinating fact is next. Natalie?
I have passed toilet roll under the cubicle wall to Madonna.
Sheet by sheet or a whole roll?
No, about 5 sheets.
Right. Did you specify the number of sheets you wanted?
No, I was so starstruck, I just went like that.
Well, how did you... So you'd recognise her by her
I knew she was in the
voice?
cubicle next to me.
Oh, right.
I knew. I was in a club on a Wednesday night.
A club?
It's called China Whites. It's a club where a lot of people go. It's
China Whites ran out of toilet paper in the ladies.
Somebody stole it. Apparently they needed it for their office. They weren't willing to buy their own.
And it was Wednesday night's kind of a big night at China Whites, and Madonna was in there this night. Obviously, I didn't know, but went into the loo and everyone was going, "Oh, Madonna's there, Madonna's." And I thought, yeah, right, whatever. And then some lady said to me, which I recognised was American, said, "Excuse me, have you got any loo roll there?" And I said, "Yeah, no problem." Did that, went out, washed my hands, and Madonna walks out.
I just like the fact that during that story you've been on EastEnders far too long because you went, everyone was going, Madonna's in there, Madonna's in there. Oh, Madonna's in there, Madonna's in there.
EastEnders she was in, not Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, I think, you know, Madonna's been around the block. You check there's enough loo roll before you sit down, don't you? I think it's a lie.
Got it.
I think it's a lie.
I think it's a lie.
Yeah, a lie.
OK. Natalie?
It's a lie.
It is a lie. The next round has the ring of truth about it, chiefly because that's its name. Momentarily, if I can just use that word incorrectly, I shall read out a fascinating celebrity fact, whereupon the panellists have to second-guess its veracity and also say whether it's true or not. Lee's team, guess first. Analyse this. Jeffrey Archer writes all of his stories with a felt-tip pen. Is this the truth or the opposite?
Hang on, he wrote a book when he was in prison. So
did.
all we need to know to work out this is true is, can you get felt-tip pens in prison?
Anyone?
Frankie, you'll know this. What can you get in prison?
It depends just how much loving you're prepared to give.
Duncan, you've been in prison.
Have you?
We had a short period of time.
What
But
for?
yeah, no, I agree with Frankie.
Never mind agreeing with Frankie. Never mind.
You what?
Forget the game Duncan, tell us about the murder.
You can get anything in jail. Anything
Really?
you want.
What were you in prison for?
Well, just, you know.
Tell us.
I think it was drunk and disorderly.
You mean think? How drunk were you?
Oh, look at that. Suddenly the dragon tamed, methinks.
What do you mean? It's in the autobiography, haven't you read it?
What's it called?
Anyone can do it.
Well, you say anyone, apart from the 80% of people you tell to sod off.
Anyone can make 100 million. That's in the book. It tells you how to do it.
If everyone makes 100 million, won't that be terribly inflationary?
Yeah. If everyone makes 100 million except you, you're going to be pretty small, aren't you?
Absolutely. But maybe this is something that happened in Italy in the lira days. You know, someone like you
Yeah.
published a book, and then suddenly, everyone has got 100 million and they can't buy a coffee.
Lee, I'm going to have to push you for some kind of a answer on this one.
Well,
Jeffrey Archer.
Get Jeffrey Archer on this show. Jeffrey Archer on a show about lying would punch a hole through time.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have Jeffrey Archer because he's been in prison. Oh, you haven't.
How did you know he was in prison?
I read his autobiography.
Thank you.
Which was spectacularly poor. OK.
Just out of interest, when you finish having sex, do you say, I'm out?
Yeah.
The worst thing is foreplay, which is I'm in for 40%.
Anyway, Jeffrey.
I think
Yes.
he does.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
captain.
I think he does as well. Then I think if you're
Okay.
saying he
We're on a
does,
lucky streak.
yeah, let's go for it.
You're saying-
Okay, then we'll say he does.
He does, and the fact is, he does. It's completely true. This is, in fact, true. Jeffrey Archer does write all of his stories with a felt-tip pen. His team. Your quote comes from the great 20th century poet, essayist and raconteur Jody Marsh. Everyone thinks I'm thick, but what they don't know is that I won nearly £6 on a Weakest Link quiz machine.
If I was going to make up a lie like that, I'd reach for the stars and say a tenner.
I must say,
Yeah.
one thing
Yes,
about that
please.
quote which is really sad is I know that I won nearly £6. What's nearly
God.
£6?
What, so
Why did she not
£5?
say £5.40?
Well, actually, but those machines, they don't give they give quid, single quid. So nearly six, the nearest to £6 she's got
Sorry.
is £5. You can't say five, I mean, you know, as a businessman, where are your accounts when you start calling £5 nearly six? Suddenly, £5 billion is nearly £6 billion. That's a £1 billion shortfall.
This was the 27th birthday party of one of her friends when she got very, very drunk.
If you had to get someone to answer a question on a quiz machine to save your life, right, would you get Jody Marsh? I would rather that she fell drunkenly onto the quiz machine with her face and chose the answer that way, rather than using a body of knowledge.
Yeah. I'm going to have to press you for an answer, I'm afraid.
So yes.
True or lie?
You think it's true?
Yep, it's true.
You don't care, you just want to murder her.
I think it's false.
Yeah, right. I don't know, but that's the game.
Yes.
I think it's false.
They're saying it's false. It is indeed a lie. Our next round goes by the somewhat truncated title of This Is My. Each of Lee's team will claim to have a genuine connection with tonight's special guest person who we're about to introduce you to. It's up to David's team to weed out the bona fide from the bogus. So please welcome this week's special guest person, Ina. Now, Lee, perhaps you'd like to start off by telling us how you know Ina.
Yes, I know Ina because she's my local newsagent, and she actually sold me a scratch card which I won £2,000 on.
Natalie, what's Ina to you?
Ina's worked on EastEnders for 21 years and as an extra supporting artist, and she used to run the lampshade stall.
And lastly, Dom, what's Ina to you?
Yasu Ina. Ina's actually my aunt, who is Greek, and she is a voice artist in Greece, and she has been the voice of Helen Mirren in the last 4 of her films that have been translated into Greek.
So, It's as simple as that. A winning newsagent, according to Lee, a veteran EastEnders extra, according to Natalie, or Helen Mirren's Greek voice dub, if you believe Dom. So, David.
When did you have this windfall, Lee?
It was about 7 years ago.
So you bought the scratch card,
Yeah.
you know, you scratched the
Well
thing.
done, you know how the poor people live. Carry on, David.
This is like Columbo interviewing.
There's just one thing that's confusing me here.
But no, OK. now I can't say anything remotely investigative, can I? You've essentially created a universal template of mockery. You
David,
arseholes.
that's not helping.
Now, OK, so you bought the scratch card, you scratched the thing off, I won £2,000.
Yes, that was exactly what happened.
That's what happened, 'cause I've never bought one of these things.
OK.
It's a tax on hope. And then you hand it over, and does she then give you the £2,000 out the till? Or that's a robbery, isn't it?
That's right.
But why have you kept in touch? I mean, she wasn't giving you the money. It comes from Camelot or something, you know.
I mean, I go to my newsagent still, and I still give her that friendly wink of, hey, pretty good, eh? And she still goes, lucky, lucky. So the little thing she does.
She's living through you now, really, isn't she?
She is, yes.
What's she going to do if you get diagnosed with a terminal illness? Come in, lucky, lucky, and they say, well, I wish you hadn't said that.
I'm more interested in the story with Natalie. So,
Yeah.
she is an extra in EastEnders.
Yes.
And she plays the lady who runs the lamp stall.
Yes.
Does she ever give scripts into the producers which are centred around a lighting crisis?
No. Not that I know of. Who knows?
You haven't investigated the most likely scenario, obviously, which is her being Helen Mirren's Greek voiceover artist.
Voice double. Can you speak Greek, Dom?
No, I can say Epharisto and Yasu, but only from visiting her. She's
Right.
married to my uncle, basically.
It's very plausible, that, though.
Is it? It seems
Yeah.
incredibly unlikely. She does have this slight sort of lack of hope of someone in EastEnders. I think there's a plausibility to that.
OK, so, David, I need to press you for an answer. Is this Lee's lucky newsagent, Natalie's lampshade seller from Albert Square, or Dom's Greek thespian aunt?
You both think Natalie's extra?
I think the savage, browbeaten air of an EastEnders extra hangs among us.
Have you ever heard of a concept called mercy? Right, well, I haven't got a clue, so I'm going to go with the team. I'm going to say it's Natalie's colleague.
OK. Ina, perhaps you'd like to tell us who you really are.
Natalie's my friend, and I've been an extra for 21 years on EastEnders.
Yes, indeed. 21-year-old veteran of EastEnders. Well done to Ina Claire. So a lampshade store might be an odd thing to find in the market, but it's essential to Albert Square, since lamps can be used to electrocute people, smash them over the head, or strangle them with the flex. Sometimes all in the same episode. Telly Tales is the brilliantly alliterative title of our next round. David's team will follow up a clip from a classic TV series with an additional fantastic fact. Lee's team then declare whether the fact is either the truth or complete Piers Morgan. And tonight we bring you the delights of vintage Doctor Who, a show with the same budget as a school nativity play but with slightly lower production values. Well, here's a quick reminder of some of the Doctor's multiple incarnations.
Social call. They will be even more deadly.
We've been asked to point out no Daleks were harmed in the making of that clip, although the actor inside has never walked again. But what is Frankie's extra piece of information, Frankie?
Well, it's a little-known fact, but to avoid confusion on the set of Doctor Who when they're filming it, the medical doctor on set is called the Magician.
So
You think about it, there could be confusion because obviously the Doctor is Tom Baker or whoever. Obviously, it's a much bigger problem on Casualty.
I don't understand the confusion. Someone, an extra, say Ina, who's working on Doctor Who, has a heart attack, and someone shouts, "Is there a doctor here?"